Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the 2023 Nissan Rogue SV. The SV is the popular trim, and it does have a good amount of options in it for a trim that is right on top of the base trim. But let me go ahead and show you all the features this SV trim has. Under the hood, there is a 1.5 turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. It is connected to a CVT transmission. This engine produces 201 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque, and the fuel economy numbers are pretty good on this Nissan Rogue. 27 in the city, 35 highway, and 31 combined. Here is a MSRP sticker of this 2023 Nissan Rogue. If you guys are interested in the standard features it has, just go ahead and pause the video. And the price with destination is $32,650. If you guys are curious about the color is called Gun Metallic, and it does look pretty good on this Rogue, and I think this is the popular color on the Rogue if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, there is a good amount of trims you could choose from. There is the S, SV, Midnight, SL, and Platinum. Platinum is the highest trim and the S is the lowest trim. And with the Midnight, you do get the blacked out trims around the Rogue, so the V-Motion grille will be blacked out, all the window trims, the wheels, everything will be blacked out. This SV has the chrome V-Motion grille, and I personally think that the Rogue looks pretty good from the front. For the headlights, not everything right here in the front is LED, so the turn signal indicators are halogen, but the daytime running light, which is right there, is LED, and the high and low beam are sitting in reflectors. And there is a vent right here on the side. And for the grille, it is finished in gloss black. Here is the Nissan logo, and it does have the sensor for the braking assist. As I told you guys, the V-Motion grille is finished in chrome, and coming down there is a bottom grille finished in flat black, and then there is this gray trim all the way in the bottom, and it does have a really nice design to it. If you guys go with the higher trims, that's where the fog lights are going to be located. But yeah, the front end of this Rogue looks good. But let's go ahead and move to the side, and I'll show you the side view of this Nissan Rogue SV. Here is the side view of this SUV, and the side view looks okay. Nothing too crazy right here on the side. There's a good amount of plastic in the bottom. Fender flares are finished in plastic, but I love the fact that they're not too thick, so they are the perfect size. So for the rims, they actually look very good, especially on this SV trim. The SV trim is one trim on top of the base trim, so it's almost like a base trim, so I think the rims look very good. Nissan did a great job with the design, and I love the fact that there is a ton of rubber on this SUV. So the size is 235, 60, 18, and yeah, overall, I think those rims look good. And for the window trims, the bottom portion is finished in flat black, the top is finished in chrome, and this SV trim does not have a sunroof. I really wish it had a standard size sunroof for almost $33,000 with destination and a few options. And on the mirror, there is a blind spot monitoring system and a turn signal indicator, but the bottom portion of the mirror is finished in flat black. And yeah, overall, I think this Rogue looks good. And by the way, getting in and out of this SUV is very easy. The ground clearance is 8.2, so there is a ton of ground clearance. But let's go ahead and move to the back, and I'll show you the back view of this Nissan Rogue. Here is the back of this SUV, and the Rogue always reminded me of that futuristic looking SUV. I love the fact that the taillights are blacked out, and the spoiler looks good, but I really wish it was sticking out a tiny bit. Here is a third brake light, wiper, and the new Nissan logo. Rogue is spelled back here, finished in chrome. SV with all-wheel drive badges on the right. And for the tail lights, not everything back here is LED. So the running light is LED, but the turn signal indicators and the reverse lights are halogen. And I really love what Nissan did, paying attention to details. Has that 3D look to it. Very nice touch. And bumper is finished in flat black. There is this chrome protection thing. I think it is part of an option. And then there is some gray in the bottom. Reflectors look good. And this SV trim has rear parking sensors, which is nice, but I believe the S trim, which is the base trim, has rear parking sensors. But yeah, overall, I think the back end of this Nissan looks good. Here's the key of this SUV. It does look okay. The key is a little bit on the longer side, and this key has 4 buttons on it: lock, unlock, remote start, and a panic button. And overall, the key feels a little bit on the cheaper side. It does have a nice weight to it, but it just feels cheap in hand. Anyways, let's go ahead and unlock the SUV. This Rogue does not have the power liftgate. If you need power liftgate on the SV trim, you have to get a package. I can't remember what's the name of the package, convenience package or premium package. Liftgate opens nice and quick, and inside there is a ton of space. And by the way, the opening is nice and big, and the loading floor is nice and low, so getting things in and out is very easy. There's tie downs around the trunk, and there is only one light, and it is located up here. I really wish there was some lights on the left and right. There is a storage place right here, another one on the left side, and underneath there is the subwoofer and the spare tire. And yeah, there is good amount of space back here. So I just dropped the seats down, and the seats do go nice and flat, and driving the seats is very easy. There is a handle on the seats, and you could do it from back here. You don't have to go around to do that, but with the seats down, there is a ton of space. Here is the door handle. The door handle is finished in the same color as this SUV. There is no sensor behind the door handle, but there is a button right here. This button will take care of locking and unlocking the SUV. Here is the front door panel, and the front door panel looks pretty good. This top portion right here is finished in brown. It is nice and soft, so I'm glad that this part is finished in the synthetic rubber material. It's not finished in plastic. I love the cloth right here. It is padded. When the door handle feels nice and solid, finished in chrome. All window switches, mirror controls, everything looks very good. I love the trim. I love the feel. Everything has a really nice sound to it, and everything feels nice and solid. And again, I love this trim. I think it does look very good. I love the gloss black around it. Double stitching looks amazing. And this is nice and soft. The armrest is nice and soft. This is finished in plastic, which is completely fine. Good amount of storage place in the bottom of this door. And here is a speaker. And by the way, if you guys look at the design of the door, it does actually go down a lot. So when this area does not get mud, rain, snow, because the way how the door is designed, so it's very low, and it covers this whole thing right here. So this whole thing does not get wet, and you won't get wet basically going in and leaving the SUV or coming out of the SUV. So very nice design. And for the seats, they are powered on this SV trim, and that's expected for $33,000. The seats are very, very comfortable. Design looks okay, but they are extremely comfortable, and Nissan does a great job with their seats as always. Underneath this middle console, there is a small storage place. It does have that bridge design, and you could put a purse or something down there. So it is nice and big. But let's go ahead and move inside this SV Rogue, and I'll show you how it looks like from the inside. Alright, so here is the interior of this Nissan Rogue SV. Inside looks nice. This SUV is nice and spacious. The seats are extremely comfortable, and yeah, overall the design looks good. Steering wheel is not wrapped in leather. For almost $33,000, I really wish it was wrapped in leather, and I really wish it had a little bit more thickness to it. It does have flat bottom design, which I really like, and I really like the chrome in the bottom. There is some gloss black up top. Very hard to see though. But yeah, overall, steering wheel has a really nice design to it. Volume controls, seat binds, back bind, and a wheel right here to control that center screen. You could go left and right, so there is few menus you could go through. And the gauges look good. Everything is very easy to read and understand. Some paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. They're finished in plastic, but not gonna lie, they do have a really nice feel, a solid feel to them. And on the right, that's where Nissan Shield Assist is, or Safety Shield. And this button right here will activate basically everything, will turn on everything, and then you could set the gap, the cruise, and the phone button is right here, or Bluetooth, and the voice command. And on the right, this is the wiper controls for the front and back. And on the left, that's where the turn signal controls and the headlight controls. And I love the fact that this is nice and soft. I love the stitching. This is soft, this is soft. And I love the silver trim. Here is the steering assist button. So you click this button, the steering assist will turn on. Branch controls in the bottom, but as you can see, there is a ton of empty buttons right here. And if you go with the platinum, I'm pretty sure those buttons will be filled up. But I just love the fact that everything is nice and soft. Nissan seriously paid attention to the materials, unlike Toyota, Kia, Hyundai. Honda does use soft materials, but lately they've been cheaping out. But I just love the fact that this is soft cloth. The armrest is nice and soft. So a good amount of soft materials in this Nissan Rogue. Anyways, the screen looks good. A lot of people don't like the tablet style screen, but I personally think this tablet style screen looks good. And I love the fact that there's some silver right here on the edges. It is an 8-inch screen. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Nissan system is very slow. I'm not a big fan of it. It's very dated. Graphics don't look that good. And yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the way how it looks. Anyways, there's some shortcuts underneath. There is a menu button, audio, phone. This button right here, the camera, it won't turn on the backup camera. Just basically tells you if you want to turn off the lines or keep them on. Air vents look very good, and they do have a nice solid feel to them. This is nice and soft. I love the stitching, and this is very soft. It is wrapped in leather. Up top, that material right there, the brown one, is finished in that synthetic rubber material. Climate controls are very easy to use. Auto function, does have a dual climate control, fan speed, rear, front, the modes. So very easy to use. I love this silver trim. It goes all the way up there, and I really wish that Nissan made a nice trim right here, like the doors. And down here there's a nice deep storage place. There's the engine start stop, one USB type C, one USB type A, and a 12 volt. And as I said, underneath this middle console there is a storage place. Here is the shifter that will control the CVT transmission. Here is the backup camera. Backup camera resolution is very bad. I think Nissan should work on that too. Usually Nissan doesn't do a great job with their backup cameras. I'm not sure why. Here is how to put it in drive. Manual mode like this. And this is the park button. But good looking shifter. I think Nissan did a great job with the design. I love this trim, e-brake, brake hold, and the drive modes. There is, let's see, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Okay, so there's sport, eco, auto, snow, and off-road. And yeah, so there's a good amount of drive modes. Cup holders, nice and big. And this is not soft. It does have some softness to it, but it's mainly hard. I love the stitching. Inside there is a decent amount of space. It is nice and deep, but I really wish it was wide and long. And closing this actually feels nice and solid. Very high quality, and it feels very premium, so I like that. And the rear view mirror is nice and big. Seeing out of the back is perfect. The back window is nice and big. And there is halogen lights. They're very bright though, which is good. SOS, and a button to keep the lights off when the doors are open. Glasses holder. And for the visor feels nice and solid. And it's actually soft here, but right here this is hard, but it does feel nice and solid. Inside there is a small mirror. It's a massive visor, so I really wish that Nissan made the mirror a little bit big. Halogen light, and I believe it does get extended. Yes, so most of the cars do that nowadays, but very impressed with the quality that Nissan is using, and I think the interior of this Nissan Rogue looks very good. Here is a back door panel. The back door panel has the same design as the front. This brown is actually plastic, unlike the front. but I'm glad that Nissan used a good amount of soft materials. This is all finished in cloth. It is nice and soft. The armrest is soft. I love the stitching. This is plastic, which is completely fine, and I love this trim. I think it does look good. I love the gloss black. The window switch has a really nice feel to it. So Nissan is definitely doing better than Toyota and Hyundai and Kia when it comes to window switches, trims, buttons, soft materials. So good job, Nissan. And the door handle feels very nice and solid, finished in chrome / brushed aluminum. In the bottom there is a good amount of storage place and a good looking speaker. And inside, legroom is very, very good. Headroom is good, and the seats are nice and comfortable. Those seats have 2 recline options or settings, so you could have it like this, or you could have it reclined more, but there's barely any difference between the 2 option or settings. This is finished in cloth, nice and soft, very, very comfortable. 2 cup holders, nice and deep, big. And getting inside, back here there is 2 air vents. They look okay. I really wish they had some brushed aluminum around them or gloss black. 1 USB Type-C, 1 USB Type-A. There is a storage behind the passenger seat, but nothing behind the driver. So I'm not exactly sure why companies do this, but that's how the front of this Nissan Rogue looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2023 Nissan Rogue SV. If you guys are around and if you guys are interested, make sure to come and see JC here at Napoli Nissan in Milford. And if you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this, please like and subscribe because it does help a lot. And as always, I'll see you next time.